I always look forward to community meds, and I always wonder what people go through before, and I like to hear the stories of how people come up with their community meds and the ideas. And I've known about this for a while because I got the list quite a while ago, and then, I don't know, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because so many things go through your mind and what you want to say, and I think that I always think of the picture that Dan brings once in a while of Jesus laughing. And I think of him doing that when I say, this is what I'm going to talk about. Then I see him laughing and says, no, it's not. So we'll see how this goes. Many of you know that I coached basketball for a lot of years, and semi-retired right now, driving Kim crazy at home, now that I get to be home more. But I've been watching a lot of games, so we go to the gym. I was probably at Carroll High School every day this week watching Chase's games and watching Cleat play, and then Friday watching Caston and Carroll play, and there's, I think, some other people in here were playing. Colt, I think I saw you out there. Good job. But it gets me thinking a lot, and thinking about, I guess I'm weird because I think of offenses and defenses. I don't just watch games. I think of what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And I drive Kim crazy when I'm talking about it sometimes. I was going to give Silky a play to draw up that I would have drawn up to put up here so you guys could see that I'm going to talk about. But then I realized it's just my chicken scratches on paper, and it wouldn't probably mean a lot. But I start thinking about, and I watch that, and I start thinking about faith and the faith that we can have, especially this time of year, and trials and tribulations that we each go through. And I think of game plans and how we are in a game. We may not realize it every day, but you are in a game, and the game plan that is game planned against you. And I think about that, and the play I was going to draw up was we used to have a play. We used to have a play that I called it Mount X, which means nothing to you, but the point guard would pass and go to the block and then set a back screen for a lob to the basket, and we'd start every game that way. And we'd usually get it. And the reason that we would do that is because in scouting, we would find and we would pick out the other team's worst defender. Much like Blake, I'm sure when you game plan in football, you're looking for matchups that are advantageous to you. And so we're going to look for that person or that team's worst defender. Unfortunately, we're talking about a high school kid trying to pick on that kid, right, to get a basket for us, and to use his lack of preparation, I guess, maybe skill, against them to our benefit. And I think about that, and we want to be successful with that. And then I think of faith and that we have to have, and put it in a situation where put yourself on that team and put yourself in that position. Are you that defender? Are you the weakest defender on that team? And if so, understand that the preparation that you put in and the things that you go through and the things that you do and what you read, and I've got my Bible here, and what you read prepares you, and what you pray prepares you. Are you prepared for those situations? Are you prepared because you know that you're going to be attacked? You know that you're going to be put in the situation to where you have to make a decision. If my man goes and sets that back screen, do I come with the guy that's going to the basket, or do I go blindly with my guy? And, we would bank on the fact that they're going to go blindly with their guy. So, are you that person that has that faith, that has that preparation, that has done your work? Not easy to do. Playing any sport's not easy. Going through practice not easy. Preparation not easy. If you listen, and I watched the Heisman thing last night, and listening to those people talk, it's about the work that you put in. It's about the process-oriented, the work that you put in. Are we willing to put in that work in those difficult times? Are we willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go lift when we have to? Are we willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get on our knees and lift, right? Do our lifting. when we have to. So I guess where I'm going with this is you have to have faith. There's a sign on the weight room at school, and I teach 3 weights classes at school. There's a sign on the weight room that says if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So we have to understand when we go through some situations that, man, you're not there alone. You're not there by yourself. You do your lifting. Jesus is always there with you. God is always there with you, going through every tough situation. I struggle with that personally, especially with 3 grandkids and a son and a daughter-in-law living overseas, and you never know daily what they're doing, and the trials that they come against. And I know that Kaya goes up against Hezekiah is our grandson. He's 7, 8. Kim just gave me the nod. And I know that in school he goes up against some things, and the kids, I don't want to say make fun of him because he's American, right? He's different, which kind of sets me off from the beginning, but that's another story for another day. So you don't know what they're going through, so I worry about that. And I know that worry is a sin, but I also know that I'm human, right? And that we all sin. So I've taken to just blindly giving it to God and having blind faith. Isn't that what it takes? Isn't that what we need to have? We need to have blind faith, and it's not easy. It's not. But I pray, a 50-minute drive to school, pray for them every day. Pray for his confidence and just give it over to God. And those times when I start worrying about that, when that worry starts creeping back in, when that doubt starts creeping back in, no. I just say out loud, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then it's amazing how just, no, I'm not doing that. God, please help me. And how that works. Jesus and God are there. Jesus is always there. He's there for you. He's there with you in those tough times, when you go through those difficult times, when you're thinking about, when you're worrying about situations. What am I going to do here? How is this going to affect me? What's this going to look like? Who's going to be affected by this? I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because we're human. It does matter, but give it to God. And you're in the situation you're in because there's a reason, right? There's a reason. And I've been listening a lot. I listen a lot to the Bible on or Bible audio on my way to work, and I listened to John 12:25. It just hit, or 12:35. It just hit me. It says, "Then Jesus told them, 'You are going to have the light just a little while longer. Walk while you have the light, before darkness overtakes you. The man who walks in the dark does not know where he is going. Put your trust in the light while you have it, so that you may become sons of light.' When he had finished speaking, Jesus left and hid himself from them." So we don't have the light very much longer. And I guess one of the reasons I read that is because every situation that you go through, every difficult situation that we go through is temporary. It's temporary. It lasts a little while. Think back of when you were a kid, and I'm almost finished. I know I've been up here a while, but think back when you were a little kid, and those things that you thought about that are gone right now, and it was that fast, right? A lot of us have kids, a lot of us have grandkids. Think about your kids and how fast they went through school. It's like they started and then they graduated the next week. So everything is fleeting, everything goes quick. We just have the light a little while longer, so we need to make sure that we're doing our work. We need to make sure we're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, doing our lifting, doing our reading, doing our praying. So as we approach the table, understand that Jesus is always there for you. If you don't know him, you are missing out. If you don't know him, you don't understand. You don't understand the joy that he can give you, the joy he can put in your life, what he can do for you, the things, Steve, he can take away from you, cancers and the sicknesses and things like that. So if you don't know him, coming to the table, please talk to someone. Ask him to come into your life. Have his joy. You'll never regret it. Have a great day and have a Merry Christmas.